If you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe and become part of this community. Oh, and also, go cop that fresh merch and listen to my new album in the description. We gotta talk about my man Logic. I was about to make a video talking about how, like, post-retirement now, his music has just been getting better and better. I mean, the first couple of singles he's released, you know, like Therapy Music and Decades Tetris, weren't all too good, but Vinyl Days and now Orville are definitely great in terms of bars and instrumental. But then we just kind of got this news, and this has been, you know, out for quite a few days, but only now people are like picking up on it. So I had to kind of squeeze this in to talk about this because I'm not sure what to think about this. Now, I'm not sure if you've seen this, but today we're going to look at a comment or a reply that Logic posted to a tweet asking him about Confessions of a Dangerous Mind and how that project fits into his discography and what that was meant to be. So let's jump straight into this and see what's behind this. So Logic did this Q&A, this hashtag Ask Logic, Twitter reply thing back on May 22nd. Now, kind of dating back, that was last Sunday. Maybe you were there, like, asking him questions. I already made a video on it, talking about the kind of insights he gave into Ultra 85, for example, also into going independent, what he's looking forward to doing when he, finally takes that step and releases this next album, Vinyl Days, under Def Jam, and is getting out of his contract. But he also replied to a couple of other tweets. Obviously, that is what you do with these Q&As, and there was one particularly that people have started picking up on, and I want to go over this and see what Logic said about this. So it's from this Twitter account called Javen, now, just a Logic fan, and he asked, was Confessions of a Dangerous Mind side B ever a real project? Now, I still remember people talking about a side B because that all popped up back in 2019 when Confessions of a Dangerous Mind dropped, because people really didn't like it. It did do quite well because of like a couple singles that carried, like Keanu Reeves, that the leak was just carrying it completely, and Homicide with Eminem. That was also the other single that was carrying the project entirely. So there were people saying like, oh, he's going to drop a side B with the actual album, and this is not it. Kind of the same situation we have right now with Kendrick and Mr. Morale, the Big Steppers, but just on like a lower scale, because everybody seems to be talking about Kendrick nowadays. But this was a solid question, and I like that this person asked this. It was something that I completely forgot about, and Logic did reply to this. Logic actually gave a reply to this, which I'm really not happy with. But let's see what he said. So he said, no, but the funny thing is, people didn't realize it was a satirical social experiment. LOL. I win. And to this day, the numbers show it is my most popular album, proving my point. Make a controversial album and people talk. I've never actually admitted this, and I'm not happy with this. I will admit that. Because, look, Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, it wasn't a great project. We all know that. We all, blamed Logic for it. But this just seems like a lazy excuse. Like, come on, this is an excuse. You can't tell me that Logic is not out here, like, trying to make something right for people that didn't like the album. So, me included. Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, as I said, really wasn't a great project. Only, like, 2 songs on there that actually stood out. Maybe some deep cuts lost in translation, and the title track were pretty good, but other than that, it was just a bunch of misses. And people have told him that the fans were aware of this, and Logic was aware of this as well, and talked about it in various interviews, and talked about, yeah, you can't always, the more famous you are, the more people are gonna hate you and stuff like that. And I get that, but that doesn't excuse you making a bad album. Also, that, is he just gonna justify anything he drops in the future with the same, stuff? Oh, it was just a social experiment? Like, and I like that some people like caught up on the same wave and questioned if, Bobby Tarantino 3 was also just a social experiment. For example, this one user said, so how do you explain Bobby Tarantino 3 being mid then? Is it that another satirical social experiment? And that's exactly how I feel. Now, I've seen some people reply to this then and saying like, no, it was a FU album to Def Jam because he wasn't putting in any effort, and it's like he just wanted to be like, yo, I'm not putting out any good material while I'm still under the contract. then why didn't he just release Bobby Tarantino 3 after the last record on the Def Jam, so after Vinyl Days? That's still something that I don't get to this day. And to me, this completely opens up the question of how responsible, like what's the responsibility for artists putting out their craft? You know, there are artists that are just, you know, comical and satirical. You know, we have artists like that just do it for the fun of it, and that people, when they listen to them, they know this is not actually like a serious project. This is more of like just something that the people had fun with making, and we kind of can laugh at because they didn't do it in a serious manner. But then with Logic, this has never been the case. Logic was always, he always prided himself with this authenticity and how real he is, how he gives the listener all sides of his perspective and his live in the music. And now it's like, are you not doing that anymore? And why are you telling us 3 years later? I feel bad, low key, looking back, and this kind of makes me mad. I feel bad for thinking like that the stuff that he said on Confessions of a Dangerous Mind that I connected with, I was like, okay, Logic, at least you're like, you know, you're still a human that I can connect to, and I feel some of the struggles you have, and I feel some of the lines you said, and I can connect to that as a listener because I've been listening to you ever since the mixtapes. And now it's like, okay, so all that was fake? And I know that Logic is not someone shy of trolling his fans, but it was usually outside of the music. It was usually in like release dates and in like, you know, like cover arts or stuff like that, putting little Easter eggs in there, but never in the actual music itself. And that's what I'm so mad about, because I now feel bad for connecting to Logic through his music on so many occasions. I don't know if you feel the same way. Do let me know in the comments if you kind of thought the same when you read this. At least that's what I get from this, and I'm really not liking it because I always viewed Logic as someone who was very serious about his craft and about, you know, connecting to his fans, and that being a very important part of the music he was creating as well, because it's so relatable, because he's so vulnerable in it. And now this, you know, element is completely taken away from it. And I get that it's just Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. We can still appreciate the projects before that. But it's 3 years later now, and it just seems kind of mad that he's, you know, saying this 3 years after the fact that, you know, that he's released a record and kind of justifying it that way. And I did not know that that was his best album, I guess because of Homicide and Keanu Reeves, but I thought like everybody with 1-800, that went huge. I mean, come on. But I guess I haven't seen all the numbers. But yeah, this kind of what happened. Logic said that Confessions of a Dangerous Mind was just a satirical social experiment. I'm really not happy about that. But I guess that's just the way he wants to roll. And, you know, some fans have some stuff to say about this as well. And I guess everybody's not really happy about that. And it just seems like an excuse. I've seen y'all talk about that on the Discord as well. So that's kind of it. Now let me know what you think about this. Do you think Logic, you know, is in the right to say that this was a satirical, comical, social experiment? I mean, not in the right because he's the one creating it, but how do you feel about this? Do you think he's being responsible for the music he's putting out and the responsibility he holds towards the fans? Yeah, that's kind of what I'm questioning right now. Anyway, let me know all your thoughts on this in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and y'all take care.